Hello, my friends. Oh God. Alright, maybe I'm ready to go. I really hope so.
Now to a dire warning about climate change.
Cars and
The government
homes
issued
were
its
washed
most
away.
dramatic report yet about climate change today, and it came with a dire warning. Scientists in the country is already feeling major effects of climate change, and it has already cost the United States hundreds of billions of dollars. The position by the team also highlights how climate change.
When it comes to climate change, public opinion is near 50-50, but 97% of scientists who dedicate their lives to studying our climate say that it's happening, and it's happening because of increased temperature. It's happening, and it's happening because of increased.
Climate change is here, and it's now. Look, if you're one of those people who actually believe climate change is a hoax and it isn't real and it's just something scientists made up to scare people, then I suggest you click out of this video, go educate yourself, and then come back. And then we'll talk. And then we'll be friends. There's a lot going on in the world right now. We have global warming, ice caps melting, animals going extinct, resources running out, overpopulation. It's all just stacking on top of one another. We have 12 years left until the point of no return. Now, if that shit doesn't scare you, wait till you hear the rest of it. Back in 2018, the United Nations Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change issued a report written by 91 authors, 40 review editors, and it featured 133 contributing authors, 6,000 scientific references, and was subject to 42,000 expert and government reviews before publication. Now, there's this point, an increase of 1.5 degrees Celsius or 2.7 degrees Fahrenheit. And if we somehow reach that point of increase, all the damage that has been done to the Earth will be officially irreversible. This report tells us that we have to cut down greenhouse gas emissions by 45% below 2010 levels by 2030. Now, you might be asking, if we don't, what happens?
Growing in urgency.
Heavenly Father, please help us.
It's very important to know that there's still a chance. We can still do our part in this. And I know Earth Day just passed, so why this video? Well, Earth Day should be every day, don't you think? Because every day we live in this planet, and every day we should hold the responsibility of being here, and we should do our part. There's still something we can do, each and every one of us. No one is exempted. So for today's video, I will be tackling some helpful tips that you, in your own little way, can help the environment. Now, these are just a handful of tips, and if you have anything green or eco-friendly incorporated in your lifestyle, then feel free to comment down below. I am always open to grow and learn new things, and hopefully the other people watching this would be too. One simple thing that you could do in your household to help the environment is to use a clothesline instead of a dryer when drying your clothes. Now, this has a lot of benefits to it. Mainly, it saves money. Now, there is no question that when using a dryer, your power bill bumps up. In addition to that, it saves more energy. Now, in most homes, the dryer is actually the third most energy consuming appliance. And another thing on why clotheslines are better options is that you don't even have to plug anything in. You're just letting nature do its thing. The fresh air actually enhances the freshness of your clothes, and it even helps remove stubborn odors from your fabrics. And even the sunlight can act as a natural bleach to your clothes, so it can help whiten your whites. Skip the dryer, use a line. Another thing that you could do for the environment is to have a vegetarian day at least once a week. No red meats, no dairies, just fresh veggies from the earth. It takes 2,500 gallons of water to produce 1 single pound of beef. Another simple thing that you could also do is to skip the plastic straws. Every year, 138 billion straws and coffee stirrers are thrown away in the United States of America. It takes 500 years for plastic straws to break down naturally. Not only are coffee stirrers bad to the environment, Not only are coffee stirrers bad for the environment, but they're also like a waste of money. You don't really need these things, do you? You just use a spoon to stir your coffee. And there are also plenty of alternatives to plastic straws. Bamboo straws, metal straws, which are better because they're reusable. I suggest buying one of these reusable straws instead of buying countless and countless of plastic straws to reuse. Another thing that I cannot stress out more is using a reusable bag when buying things like grocery shopping, buying something from the convenience store. Skip the plastic bag. They take too long to decompose, so they just end up polluting landfills or the ocean. Skip the plastic, go green. One more thing that you could do is to start a compost in your own home. Food scraps and yard waste make up to 20 to 30% of what people throw out. Having your very own compost in your own home would mean keeping your leftovers out of a landfill. Next up, go local. Transporting food over long distances actually emits hundreds of pounds of greenhouse gases. According to the Institute of Food Research, the majority of produce in grocery stores have already lost almost 45% of their nutritional value by the time you purchase them. So, buying local is not only good for the environment, but it's also good for you too. So when you're grocery shopping, look for products with minimal to no food packaging, or better yet, packaging with the use of recycled materials. Yeah, that's right, that means ditching the fruits and veggies wrapped in plastic at the mall. If you do choose packaged products, please make sure to check on the label to see if the material they used was recycled or not. And if you do buy products with recyclable packaging, then be sure to recycle or reuse these. Another thing is to cherish the old stuff. This covers anything from reusing old pieces of clothing or using an old Coke bottle as a mini vase for your plants. I mean, there are some things that we can't really reuse, like toothbrushes or underwear or dental floss, but there are things that we can. And in buying a used product, you're actually not just saving money, but you're actually saving the planet, because most of the time used products actually have less packaging. Used things you can buy could be any type of furniture, books, clothes. Another tip would be to share the knowledge. Literally anything you know about helping the environment, climate change, anything that could help the world right now, anything from outside or within this video, share it to anyone actually, especially people who you think should care about, who should care more about this type of thing. The more people who know, the more people who will act, and we need action at this point. Now, through everything that I've said in this video, there's also one more important thing you can do to help achieve a greater change, and that is to vote. Pick political figures with a heart for the environment. Pick people who are actually willing to do something about this problem, who actually prioritize this, because it's, and I can't stress this enough, really, really important that the change starts now. And that is all. To end this video, I would like again to request each and every one of you to comment down below things that I have not mentioned but you think should be also given importance to, and educate me, educate yourselves, let's educate each other. Change has to start now.